From Julio Cruz and Gaylord Perry to Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds to father and son back-to-back bombs. From Junior J, Joey, and Edgar with Randy, A-Rod, Dan, and the Sheriff to Ichiro Moyer and Mikey C to King Felix, Kyle Cruz, and Cano to the present with Julio, Gilbert, Kirby, and Cal. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. We got our super producer, Andy, down in Nashville, Tennessee. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services bringing the show to life. Shout out to the homies in the live chat. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you for the energy. It's your boy Ty here. Y'all know my co-host Sam. He's cooler than a polar bear's toenails. How you doing, bro?
Living the dream, brother. How about yourself?
Oh man, we're doing good. We're doing great, but our Seattle Mariners, my friend, we're coming up on their 50th anniversary celebration weekend. But it's been 50 years of disappointment. It's been an 8-13 July. With this team we love falling below 500, we are now third place in the division. Mariners lifer, I agree the Castillo trade was a win. We'll get into it in a minute. Sam, although the Mariners won the series against the Twins, it just feels like the last couple of months or in the season whole has just been a giant disappointment.
Yeah, as I was just saying a few minutes ago before we came on, the Mariners are the best team, it seems, at making a fucking win feel like a tie or a loss. I mean, you can't even feel good about these wins. Blowing that 6-run lead in 2 innings, that was not good to see. Yeah, all our guys just seem to just shit the bed at the most inopportune times, and when we really need them most. Someone who's been dependable all of a sudden isn't dependable when we actually need them, and yeah, it's just been all season frustrating.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, the bottom line is last year this team was able to bash the ball. It wasn't just Cal's 60 home runs. Julio had a pretty big year. Naylor came in on fire. And then this season, Sam, when you're producing runs at the third lowest clip in Major League Baseball, it's going to be extremely difficult. We have a manager who struggled to fire up the troops. But more importantly, there has been a lackluster effort in the field. We knew the range was going to be poor. That was given. But we're seeing so many errors. We're seeing the mental mistakes. And it's just so frustrating for a team that has so much talent on paper, Sam. And we say it as so cliche. This is why the games aren't played on paper. And it just hasn't come together for this team, man.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like some of these just stats and who's doing what. I mean, no one's hitting the ball hard except for Canzone and Rayleigh for the whole season. The only like Canzone's 14.8% barrel rate and Rayleigh's a 15.7, and everyone else is well below that pretty well. So I mean, it's just crazy. None of our best players are producing like they should, and some of our backups are actually doing well. So that's the frustrating part. Good news is Donovan, I hear, should be back in this next series. He had family issues to deal with. Otherwise, he would have been here for the series against the Twins. But from all I hear, he's back for our next one. So that hopefully will be a good shot in the arm for the team.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Mariners have actually been a really good home team. The LA Dodgers actually only have 1 or 2 more wins at home than the Mariners do. But they're atrocious on the road. Atrocious, man. We're 11 games below 500 on the road, Sam. We have a critical trip down there to Texas. I see a Power Ranger. And we get our asses kicked 3 out of 4 games down there in a critical series. Then we lick our wounds, losing 2 out of 3 at LA. And you just have to be better on the road if you want to be a serious playoff team, man. And the most indicative is Brian Wu, and sometimes baseball's just freaking crazy. It really is, because last season Brian Wu had the most relatively even home road splits of our starting staff. This year, Brian Wu has the worst, most extreme home road splits in all of Major League Baseball. And so it's just really tough to be a division winning team when you're frankly terrible away from T-Mobile Park.
Yeah, and you can't string 2 series together in a row at all. It's you win one series and then, well, what happens the next ones? Well, we are terrible for the next couple series, it seems. So we're not getting anywhere doing that. Yeah, I think we are most likely going to be in a hybrid buy sell kind of mode. Yeah, I don't think we're selling the farm, but I mean, I might start thinking about trading Randy if it keeps going the way it is. Because man, he's leaving next year. We might want to get some return for him. It's hard to know what to do with how this team's been playing. We want to go for it because shit, we were just almost in the World Series last year, but this isn't last year. So it's
But is that the team we really are? I think we're actually going to need to be soft sellers here, man. I mean, M's Lifer buying sounds great, but is there anything with this squad that tells you they could even be competitive in one of these quick opening round series, man? I think we're quickly swept out the door, and I don't see us making it anyways. Maybe it is the Seattle Mariners. Maybe we are going to just want to rearrange some of the chairs on the Titanic deck, man. And I think that might be a good way to go. Trade a little pitching to get a little hitting. And you guys know how I felt about the Castillo trade from the start is that if we could get anybody to take so much money, taking the money was critical, Lifer. And I'm saying you can kind of do both here because with the Castillo trade, I know Dominguez is an expensive reliever, but the difference in the money from now through 2027 will be $19 million.
oh wow.
We're saving over $19 million between the two salaries over the next season and 30 plus games. And so, what I'm truly hoping, Sam, is that the Mariners always nickel and dime. We talked about this last week. Don't go for three shitty guys. Try to go for one quality guy. We open up $19 million, Lifer, and this is how we rearrange the deck chairs. And now we need to attack a hitter. We have the prospects to do it. We still have the surplus of arms, Sam. And we talk about it with the Seahawks, man. Give your young players a runway. Trade one more starter because Cade Anderson and Ryan Sloan, we all know need that opportunity, man. I love this Castillo trade, and it's all about how much money we are able to free up payroll wise.
Yeah, that and I don't even think the numbers you included actually have the vested option that he also has because
Mm.
after the next year his contract is supposed to be up, but if he pitches more than 180 innings, his team option turns into a player option, and that would have been another 20 plus $1 million for another
Honestly, don't I
year.
haven't even considered it, dude. I don't think that Castillo's getting 180 next year. But anyways, I
Yeah,
digress. It could. You're right. It could be upwards
yeah,
of 50 plus million. So yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But
yeah. So and I mean we got Seranthony Dominguez, like you said, more expensive reliever. He's the guy who let up that grand slam against Gino, I believe. Isn't he? Isn't that the one? I believe it is. I know that name
sometimes you need
sounded
to pick up
familiar.
a guy that gave up a huge moment, man. Eric Saubert with the Seahawks, man. His huge moment of fame was he did not get that block on Hassan Reddick when Brock Purdy broke his hand, and all the San Francisco 49ers fans are still crying about that championship title game. I digress, dude. Sometimes guys just have a really bad moment and they become a valuable asset to a different team because that's just
Mm-hmm.
one moment. What can you do long term for us?
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. And so yeah, I mean it's good to get the money off the books. It's good to make a little more of a runway to get some of our younger pitchers in. I think there's another move to be made coming up here, one way or another. Uh, I think another pitcher might be going either Hancock or Kirby because I think
Mhm.
they want Cade up this year, man. It sure seems that way. And
Um, I mean, what are we doing right now with this? I mean, seriously.
yeah, yeah, every start it seems he's just been lights out. So he's proved all he needs to prove.
it's time for that next step. It really is. And guess
Yep.
what? They've proven they can piggyback if they want to, man. If you got to piggyback with them, god damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, God, this organization, man. Okay, I want to go on a completely different direction though here for a second, Sam.
hmm
And I've been bitching about this, and it's about the coaching candidates. And we've seen Dan Wilson make so many frustrating mistakes this year, and it's because he didn't have the experience, and he was never truly qualified for the job. Dan knows more baseball than I'll ever know, but these are the facts, Sam. These are the facts. I'm looking at candidates. Eddie Perez, man. Y'all remember him on the Braves, man. 11 years catching the bigs. Eddie Perez, 20 years of coaching. Joey Cora, 27 years of coaching. Tito Francona, he was available and signed to a much smaller market Reds team. Two-time champion, respected by everyone. Tim Bogart played 8 years and has 20 years of coaching and managing. Manny Acta on our team already. He has 20 plus years of coaching. Donnie Baseball, Don fucking Mattingly, man. 14 years as a player, six-time All-Star MVP, 9 gold gloves. Don Mattingly has what? Over 23 years coaching and 12 of those as a manager. Dan Wilson had zero, Sam. The Mariners just did themselves zero favors in this situation, and they have no one to blame for themselves. Then these losses we could probably count on 15 times at least this year, where there was a critical decision made late in the game that went against the Mariners. And I'm looking at all these guys who had played decade to 10, 15 years in the bigs. They all have 20 to 30 years coaching experience. And the Mariners went with the comfortable decision, a guy that had 0 years of big league coaching experience. The grind freaking matters, man.
It really does. It shows. It showed for the last couple of years that Dan has never done this before. He just makes puzzling move after puzzling move, and yeah, I'm kind of over it with Dan Wilson as far as being a
Because
coach goes.
you need to be in the trenches. You need to be in that grind, man. Forget
Yeah,
just the 162. You're going to play at least 30 spring training games. If you're fortunate enough to make the postseason, that might be another 5, 10, 15, 20. I mean, you could be playing 200 games when it's all said and done. The grind that all of these 20-year coaching veterans that I mean Joey, Bogar, Dave Martinez, all these guys have like 30 years in the game grinding,
hmm
grinding. And none of them got the opportunity, and the guy and the comfortable pick got brought in. And Sam, anytime you're a multi-billion dollar business or you own a multi-billion dollar asset, when you go with a comfortable hire, it's probably going to backfire sooner or later.
yeah, absolutely. I no argument with that whatsoever. Yeah, the Mariners just needed to go a different route for sure. I just want someone that can have some fire, dude. Like, have we seen Dan Wilson actually get fired up and like kicked out of a game? I know he's been booted from a game, ejected, but I don't even think he got that fired up. Like, light a fire under some of these guys' ass. Make them believe you care as much as they do, as at least as they should.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I mean, I just want someone who's actually going to be looking like they're putting forth the effort and putting, I don't know, just lighting the fire up under these guys. They're talented players. There's no reason they should be playing this bad. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. I want to say one thing too here about Seranthony Dominguez, and that they might be able to get a little bit more out of him, Sam. The Mariners have been able to help guys find the strike zone more, and Dominguez is in the fourth percentile for walk rate, man. I mean, this guy's just giving up free passes. And I looked even further, man. 3 of his 4 pitches, the batters are only hitting are 200 against him. Like
Oh
he
wow.
really is a guy that totally shoots himself in the foot by not being able to control the zone at all. He still throws the ball freaking hard, man. And so I think with maybe a different eye set and just knowing the way the Mariners have been able to help vagabond relievers in the past, they might be able to pull a little bit more something out of Dominguez here. It'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, no, I trust the Mariners to tinker with a pitcher and a receiver and figure out a few things here or there on the edges to improve their numbers. They've been doing it for going on a decade now, uh, and turning guys who were discarded or no one's heard of into closers and valuable people from coming out of the bullpen. So yeah, I
Mm,
trust the Mariners process when it comes to the pitching staff for sure.
hmm And I also want to add this, the exact number I wrote down, Sam, I found it here. My notes are way too messy. I need to organize them better someday for the show. But it's a $19.5 million difference from now through 2027 in the contracts of Dominguez and Castillo, man. That's damn near $20 million right there in savings between these two pitchers. It really could be a significant chip here for the Mariners going forward. Now, we can bitch all day we want that this is even an issue. Like, why can't we just spend 20 or 30 million more dollars anyways? But this is the fucking situation we're in, and so we're just gonna roll with it like that, man.
Yep, yeah, we don't have a choice, so we kind of have to. It is what it is. It's dumb, like you said, but that's the Mariners ownership for you.
I I'll also want to get into one thing really quick here though, dude, and that's Boston Smith, actually, the prospect we got in the trade, and this is actually really exciting for me. And they list him as a catcher. I really don't know if he has any natural position by scouting standards in baseball, but this is a guy, man, who's had an OPS over one in college. He's had an OPS over one in his minor league career. He's got now this season nearly 100 plate appearances in Double A. He's got an OPS over one there. I mean, this guy's just fucking raking every step of the way. And if you can't find a position for him, well, guess what? Figure it out, man, because it's so hard to find hitters nowadays, and the established veterans are so flipping expensive. You got to find a way to draft and develop your own. So hopefully, this guy can maybe surprise us all and become something. But like I said, the money is the most important thing. Now it's the next moves. Now it's the next moves.
And I can answer M's Lifer's question about is Ty giving up on the season? No, no. Ty and I both are in the mindset you don't give up on shit until it's over. It's not looking
Not in
great.
this division.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, we're in the weakest division in the American League is more gettable than it's probably ever been. So, no, definitely not a hard blow it up sell by any means we need to do, but something has to change. Uh, is just
You
the
have
big
you
point
have
here.
to listen on Randy though. It
Yeah, you
would
have to.
be major league malpractice to not listen on Randy given the situation. And I was very excited when we traded for a Rosarena 2 years ago. But the day we traded for him, I thought the entire time we were going to lose him at this point in free agency when he hits it this year, anyways. And so my mind hasn't changed. That's just kind of the business of baseball. And so that would be a possibility, but I'm not just gonna trade him for nothing though either.
You
Like there's
can't trade
lots
him
of
for nothing. You can't. You cannot do
okay,
it.
fair. I'm bad for the clubhouse too. The Mariners are
Yeah.
walking a weird line right now because the players have not earned the privilege of going out and making major trades to improve the team at the deadline. But you also got to consider their feelings and their egos a little bit, just in terms of the clubhouse vibe. You don't want to burn the house down when you were just, knocking on the door of the World Series last year. Baseball's freaking tough. Like I said, texting with my homie Sam here a couple days ago, Toronto's even doing way worse than us, man. This shit can
True.
fall apart really quickly.
Yep. You are absolutely right there. And I mean, we have the talent and the tools coming up too. That I mean, our window is not like it's closing right now. We should have a good window as long as our stars get back and playing like they should for a few years coming up here. So we have the two best
Mm,
pitching prospects in baseball coming up right now. I mean, what three top five of the top five prospects? Three of them are Mariners.
yeah.
And I think one's about to go away because he can no longer be a prospect coming up here soon with Colt Emerson. And shout out to Colt Emerson for getting that walk off hit. By the way, good for him. Should hopefully be a confidence booster for him. And good for Cal, man. That seeing a little bit more of that pop come back has been nice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you know, I think Tyson B's Orioles are a fantastic example of how things can change so quickly. Because just 3 years ago, I'm going to say, Sam, this was a super young core that won 100 games. And then they took a little step back, but they still won like 89, 90, somewhere in that range. And then they completely fell off, had a crappy year, 10, 15 plus games below 500, whatever it ended up. Uh, it just can happen so quick. And man, M. Zweifer's dropping the hammer. I wanted to segue a
Hmm.
little bit too, because I really want to talk football now too. This can't be all Mariners doom and gloom. But holy shit, Sam. There was all sorts of big trades, and then the best pitcher on the planet already goes to the two-time defending champ LA Dodgers.
Yeah.
Is this getting out of control? What's going on?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just kind of dumb. I mean, I don't know. Uh, how they can massage and manipulate payroll by having infinite dead years after the fact where they're paying Otani till he's going to be 65 or whatever the fuck. Like, dude, yeah. And so then it doesn't like look like it's actually coming off the books. However, they massage it. It's dumb. But something needs to be done. The salary cap of some kind needs to happen. Um, to just bring competitive balance back in and get those cheap teams to spend more too, because that also needs to happen. Has to happen
Mm,
on both the
mm,
margins there.
mm.
Dodgers shouldn't be able to just buy every goddamn player that they want, because it's
But
getting
that
crazy.
you hit the huge issue though too, is the bottom dollars are a gigantic issue here too, Sam, because I looked up recently what teams have the highest profit margins. Not just the gross money, but who is having the highest profit margins. And it was a laundry list of all the cheapest payrolls in the game. And so we really got to attack this on both sides, and that the bottom dollar's got to step up to a certain extent. But let's say what if the Dodgers won like 5 or 6 in a row, and it just continues like this? Would that be enough to just drive the consumer of baseball away? And we keep hearing about possible lockout, and if there's a work stoppage, if there's games missed, Major League Baseball was having declining viewership for like 25 or 30 years in a row, Sam. And then in the last 3 or 4 years, they've experienced a really good spike upward again. Are they willing to risk how they were going downhill for 25 to 30 years and they got that momentum coming back right now? I mean, this is a big business risk that, boy, it's going to be interesting to see, and they might really shoot themselves in the foot on this one, owners and players.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is just seems like it's going to be messy. I mean, because of those low market teams, you really gotta. It's a lot more complicated. Okay, so many games in baseball. I mean, it's the whole pay structure and revenue split and everything's so different. All contracts are guaranteed. I mean, it's just way different than football, and it makes it a lot more complicated. But there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. They just need to figure it the fuck out, because
Mm.
a little more competitive balance needs to be restored to the game of baseball.
And I just want to make this clear. We got to really make sure we never compare baseball I mean, we can compare baseball to football economically, but we got to understand like how different a galaxies they're both living in, Sam. Because I heard a great stat recently. The NFL in 2025, their revenue was more than the other four big sport leagues in our country put together.
Oh yeah, no, the NFL is the juggernaut. It is the beast in the room, man. Like it's hard for any of the other sports leagues to really compare or compete with them when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I mean, things can still be done for baseball to make it so they're not going to have every single good player on one team.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. You know, I know that the players don't like it. I know the players union doesn't like it, but just for the health of the league and the competitive balance, the franchise tag has been extremely useful for the NFL in terms of the competitive balance and just trying to keep star players more evenly spread out across the small markets and across the league. There's going to have to be concessions made on both sides in these giant negotiations. Every 5 years, I'm part of a giant conglomerate negotiation, as you know, Sam. Like I
Yep.
really know how these so and both sides like have their valid points. Both sides at the end of the day need to kind of come to the middle a little bit. You need to take a little bit, you need to give a little bit. You're going to end up meeting in the middle a little bit and franchise tag. I think franchise tag might be able to help a ton in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, that's a great idea, actually. But yeah, I mean, but that's not going to solve all the problems, but that would
No,
sure help
well, I
players.
mean, I'm trying to find some middle ground type of shit right now, dude. Because both
Yeah,
sides are so far apart. I'm just trying to be a mediator right now.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I
Because the
mean,
franchise
smarter.
tag, you can still get 1 year of big time butter, and then the team can still get you a way to try to have a little competitive balance here
Yep.
without like each side having to lose their shit and getting all pissed off here.
Well, they both of them are because they're both going to
Oh,
ask
you
for
know it's
way more
coming.
than what they
Oh
actually
my
want. And,
gosh.
yeah, how the negotiations go. So I'm not optimistic for having a full season next year. I'll say that.
Well, speaking of juggernaut, Sam, we were talking about the NFL and their unbelievable revenue crushing all other sports leagues combined. Well, let's get into a little bit, man.
Yes,
All
sir.
of our favorite NFL teams are duking it out in training camp. We got guys at the bottom of the roster fighting, scrapping, clawing, just trying to make a practice squad. We got old veterans just trying to make it through another training camp and get to the season. My gosh, as apathetic as I am about the Seattle Mariners, I am equally hyped up for the Seattle Seahawks. Sam, give me anything you got, man, right now about our favorite football team.
Uh, I'm just hearing nothing but good stuff coming out of the camp right now. Actually, like the whole thing with Albert Breer coming in, like he had nothing but good things to say about just how you could really, we feel loose focused and just you could really feel the players hitting each other and like the action and how like just competitive everything was. Arroyo has been coming in strong from what I hear, and Torrey Horton, which is amazing to hear for our offense. A lot of the young cornerbacks are looking good. Fuller and I forget the other guy's name right now. Fuller, I forget, but they both look good. A lot of the young players are going to make these decisions really hard on the front office, which is what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It means you
Yeah.
drafted well. It means you have a good team. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're looking good and deep.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm really pumped, man. I'm really pumped. And from more of just a human aspect side of things, I'm really excited for Sam Darnold, man, because I feel
Yes.
like he's been carrying so much bullshit. He's been carrying so much weight on his shoulders. And I feel like he's going to be able to come out and just play freer than he ever has been able to feel his entire life.
Oh yeah,
I'm
and
really,
it's his
I'm
second
really,
year in the offense too. Like for
yeah,
everybody, dude. Like
yeah,
I'm expecting a big jump for lots of these players, even the ones like Cooper Cup, man. Like Cooper Cup, I believe
yeah.
is actually looking damn good in practice. I mean, with just how smart he is and how versatile, man. Like, yeah, another year in this offense, we could see better returns. He's not getting younger, but man, I think everyone being on the same page, just a little bit more, is going to really, really help this offense.
Elijah Arroyo's been getting a lot of pub, and it's so exciting, man. Because if he was so fun to watch, man. You know, some when you're trying to figure out the college prospects you want your favorite team to draft. Some guys are just more fun to watch than others, and Arroyo really is one of those receiving tight ends that's just a little bit different than these other cats in the world.
Oh, he's like a goddamn receiver out there, like an ex receiver, pretty
Yeah,
much.
but
Like
look at
he's
his
yeah,
build. He looks like the
yeah,
fucking Terminator.
yeah, man. So his combination of size and speed and athleticism, it could be a problem. Like he could be a problem for the league for years to come, which would be awesome. I would be
Well, and
extremely
if
happy
we
about
have
that.
Torrey Horton, if we have
Yeah,
Rashid Shaheed, we have them being able to blow the top off the defense. You have than Elijah Arroyo being able to actually truly threaten the seam. We have JSN working. We have Cooper Cup working. Oh, just don't forget about AJ Barner, who is still the clear cut starter, top
Yeah.
10 tight end in the league,
Yes,
mind
sir.
y'all. So it's just really exciting, man. We got all the you got Gray Zabel cracking me up to, he's talking about getting his shit kicked by Byron Murphy in one-on-ones every single time they match up. And we know how much of a stud Zabel is, that it just makes all of this so exciting.
Yeah, I did hear, I forget where from, that Zabel has not looked as good, at least as he did last year or so far in camp, but that Bradford has really been the one shining in camp so far this year. I'm not worried at all with Zabel. I mean, he's just too good, too
No.
talented. Yeah, he's going to be fine. But it is great to hear that Bradford has really been stepping it up, and Sundell has also had a good camp.
Yeah, yeah, for real, for real. Shout out to Tyson B too. Thanks for checking in over here. There is always forest fires in the great state of Washington, especially eastern and central. Where we live in
Spokane.
western Washington, it's not an issue. But yeah, Spokane is exactly, Sam, where it's scary because that is what probably the second or third most populated city in the state, and we're having level 3 evacuations over there in the southeast corner. So yeah, I mean that's scary stuff out there. And for those who don't know, the eastern side of Washington is such a drastically different climate. It is so much drier, it is so much hotter. And so when these fires start, we're so much safer over here in the western climate compared to eastern Washington feels more like Idaho. But yeah, thanks for checking in, man. And I just want to talk about interior pass rush for 1 second, Sam. And there's another reason I'm really excited for the Baltimore Ravens, because you know how much I love a great interior pass rusher. But Metabuike is coming back, and that guy went down for the season pretty early. I'm going to say week 5-ish. That's just a complete guess. But you get back these game-changing interior dudes, and it can be the difference maker. One of the maybe the number one reason I am still so hyped about the Seahawks' chance to repeat is I will take our interior trio against any in the league. I'll take the Seahawks. No joke.
Yeah, yep. I agree with that. Our interior is, I think, second to none. When Aaron Donald comes back, we'll have a different conversation. But because then it's a
I'm
lot
gonna still I'm
closer.
gonna still take our guys as a trio.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be a lot closer though as a trio. Yeah, okay, yeah, as the trio. But I would also like to say to Tyson that I just wanted to know, how does it feel to know that the Ravens have to bite the Seahawks style and do the same announcer calling the guys' names out as they're walking into the camp as the Seahawks did. We posted that video about 3 weeks ago. But it's good to have you guys biting our style a little bit. I just saw that and I just wanted to say something.
Oh my gosh. I never thought we'd have the day where there would be team social media wars, but they're in full
Yep.
fledged nowadays.
They are. They are 100%.
Real talk, real talk. Well, Sam, another thing I want to get into then is we've been hearing some good things about Jadarian Price, and I'm just so excited about the youth of this O line. You were talking about Anthony Bradford, man, and say what you will, we all know how flawed of a player he is. Don't call him bad around me, because I will instantly tell you, no, he's flawed. Y'all know, man, this is a grizzly bear. He gets his hand on you, the tree is going down. Bradford is a bad man. Go back and watch these highlights. I've been trying to watch a lot of the Seahawks' good run plays again from this past season on the Super Bowl 60 run, and you see so many times on the right side Bradford just washing his guy, just
Mm.
washing him out of the
One-handed
play
washing
like a
guys
fucking
sometimes.
tidal wave. Dude,
Yeah, dude.
Anthony Bradford can be a fucking tidal wave, man. We know. I believe he led the league in quick pressures. We know that he's got some flaws to his game.
Yes.
Hopefully that Gray's able, as a first round pick, can hold his own enough that Sundell can lean a little bit over towards his right hand side to help the big man out, man. So excited about the run game. So excited.
Yeah, dude. I've been hearing the Price has just been looking great, like catching the ball, running too, explosive. I've even been hearing what's the guy Wilson has looked really good. Emmanuel
Yeah.
Wilson. And yeah, man, we have a really deep team. We have a really good team and a really young team, which is really exciting.
Wilson was such a sneaky signing, man, because what do you
Mm-hmm.
have? I believe he had 500 yards last year. He was super solid filling in for Jacobs. And you watch him, man, this is a huge physical dude that has a little bit of juice in those legs, man. I think he
I
could
think he
be
went
a
off
quality addition.
pretty strongly when he filled in for Jacobs that couple weeks. I think he had
There's a
pretty.
lot of Green Bay people that thought he should have stayed in more when Jacobs got healthy, that he was running harder and running better and more effectively.
Yeah, I mean, he is a solid player. So yeah, dude, I'm a little worried about Oots. Have you heard like he's having something going on with his neck? I think neck, shoulder area, like where head, something like that. Where it's I don't know. It's the same thing he was dealing with last year, and at that
It's
position,
Brady
it could
Russell
be a
time.
long time problem. Yeah.
Brady Russell's been getting the burn, and that it's a worry for positions like Oots, man. Like it can happen
Mm-hmm.
fast, and
It can be a career-ending injury, like threatening type of injury. Like,
well, and at that position, we're literally all you're a 100% hammerhead. Like
yeah,
when
and
you're
ask
a
Cam
100%,
Chancellor about neck injuries.
yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
yeah, they injure
Look
shit
at
real quick.
Max Strong, and
Yeah.
he lasted so long. He's like 15, 16 years, but
Mm,
the neck eventually took him out. For like, you got to be in those positions, man. It never surprises me, but I always just pray for their safety, man, because certain positions in football are more selfless and violent than others.
yes. Yep. They definitely are. And let's see what else has been going on. I think no, we've already covered the O line. Who haven't we covered so far yet, Ty? The
Well,
DBs.
okay. I wanted to get into that really quick, Sam, because Tariq Woolen might have been somewhat of a polarizing figure in Seattle, but
They love him in
regardless
Philly,
of,
I hear.
well, I mean, here's the bottom line is if you don't notice how extraordinary his talent is, then I can't have a serious conversation with you.
Yeah.
Like, because the talent's extraordinary. There's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of stuff we can complain about. There's no fucking denying. So where do the Seahawks go when you lose such a dynamic 6'4", 4'3" type of dude?
I mean, we drafted a 6'4" type of corner, but I don't think he'll be ready. What's the hell's his name? I forget. But yeah, I mean, we'll be fine. I mean, he lost his goddamn starting job, dude. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, they are loving him right now because they haven't seen him on the full actual field yet for a full season. They're gonna
well,
have
and
just as
Philly
many
had
fans.
horrible cornerback two play in the last few years.
Yeah, and this thing, I don't know how he's gonna respond to that crowd if he starts getting booed too, because you know Philly fans, man.
Yeah,
They are, yeah, they're tough on the
we're
players.
sweethearts, man.
Yeah,
Philly fans to Seattle fans, we are sweethearts. Tariq better be ready, man, because I know that he didn't like how we would act at times, and believe us, we are sweethearts compared to them Philly fans.
oh yeah, no. If he starts struggling, that's what I'm interested in seeing is how he's going to react and
Mm,
fit in with that fan base and that team. Because yeah, how can you not when you first see him in shorts and playing in training camp be like, shit,
mm.
he's 6'4", jumps out the roof and runs a 4.3 40 or whatever the hell he runs, dude. Like he looks every bit like the world beater in shorts and at training camp, but in the game he makes some boneheaded mistakes and yeah, he think he just got a little too comfortable thinking he was a little bit better than he actually was here and didn't think he had to put in the work that is required to be great in the
Yeah.
league.
And Coach McDonald's going to demand it too. Sam, I thought about it for a sec. I can answer my own question. I think the Seahawks can make it, yeah, they're losing a freak show 6'3", 4'3" type of dude. We lost that dude in DK Metcalf last year and then won
Yeah,
the Super
I'm
Bowl.
not worried about it, man. We're fine. We are fine. Our defensive back room, we're good to go.
And this is kind of exciting, man. Maybe I think Josh Job's ready.
He
I,
is.
I really do. Uh, I mean, did he not take Tariq's job?
He did.
Isn't that kind of what happened?
Yeah, it is exactly what happened. Woolen worked himself back into at least a 50-50 split of it. But yeah,
Hmm.
no, Mike trusted him more. He was more dependable. And that's going to be more important in a Mike McDonald
Hmm.
defense is down in and
Hmm.
down out dependability. knowing that you're going to be in your spot doing your job when you need to be
Yeah.
doing it.
And I really like how Job was clearly willing to stick his nose up in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Might recall in the Super Bowl, man. They have this little swing pass. It's a one on one. Usually the running back gets that corner every time in that situation. Hell nah, man. Shoulder pad through the thigh. Your ass is going down. I really like Josh Job. How could you not be excited? Ty, I can't believe it. Our coach won the Super Bowl in his second season as a head coach. Unreal. I
It
mean,
is.
that really is unreal.
Yeah, no, it could be very special, is what I'll say. This has the same special feeling that kind of the LOB beginning of the LOB years had. We all know how that worked out, but this is a new team, new coach, new everything. But this team really just has
I
a
have a better
special
feeling,
sauce about
Sam.
them. Yeah,
I have a way better feeling.
yeah, I would agree.
Maybe
Actually,
it's because I'm so much older now, so I have more life experience to kind of like see the way life goes, etc. But it's John and Pete had a fantastic working relationship, but I just feel that this Mike McDonald and John Schneider relationship is much more seamless. There,
yes,
it's going to be a lot less compromise and a lot more just yeah. I see it exactly that way too,
yeah, they're on the
and
same
the
page.
ages too. And I was talking about this with my brother while we were golfing yesterday. Shout out to my homie, but with Mike Holmgren, he was already like maybe like at his peak or past his peak. Pete Carroll is already like at his peak or past his peak. We have absolutely no clue what Mike McDonald's peak could possibly be because it's year 2 of his head coaching career.
Yeah, yeah, and it's every team that he gets his hands on. I mean, really, really, this is a
Baltimore,
run. Yeah,
Michigan, proofs in
yeah.
the pudding.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I trust the program right here with what's going on. Not blind trust, but it's yeah, I'm bought in. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid with Coach Mack here because yeah, he's the whole front office, everything. It's just such a well-run organization. I'm so happy that it's our team.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm also happy that we got ownership group that I can at least be optimistic about coming in here.
Yeah, yeah. The fact that it's no longer quite a blank check for football as it was, I would guess, because we had the Allen family money, and not any team is really going to be any ownership group is going to be a step down as far as financial liquidity and be able to just throw money
Mhm.
at a situation and Microsoft money and Paul Allen.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's one thing. We'll see how that shakes out in the end. But yeah, I really like the owner, like what the vibes they're putting off right now. They seem like they care. They like enjoy the game. They're in it for the game and not for the money. It seems, and
Mhm.
that's something you got to
Mhm.
work. Got to make sure it's not just for the money. Obviously, every team, every owner wants to make money. That's why they're fucking in it. But they
Man,
also
Sam, I
care about the sports.
no doubt. And I think they will care a ton too. I heard the funniest thing recently. I wish I could give them credit, but I can't remember it all. But I saw someone say, "Is this the best gift from a dad to their son ever?" The Seattle Seahawks.
Hell yes.
I mean, we know that the wife is like going to be the controlling partner for now, but it's technically a gift to a son. I mean, is that not the greatest gift a son's ever received from a
Yeah,
father?
no, and God, who was saying that? Someone was saying that they have a feeling that the
uh,
son will be the one doing the day-to-day operations and stuff in the end. They're putting the
oh,
wife in right now, but that it's going to be the son ultimately is what I have heard, that who's going to be running the show down the road for the long term.
okay.
So yeah, yeah, you can't beat that as far as a gift being given as an NFL team.
And talk about a turnkey operation, man. A
Mm-hmm.
business owner, if you want to hit the ground running, there is no business to buy than the Seattle Seahawks. If you want
Yes,
to hit the
sir.
ground running,
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, this season I can't wait. Our D line, our whole team looks hungry, and then
mm,
now we're being
mm.
doubted and disrespected by fucking national media, by Madden, as always. I still can't believe they have us as the 10th rated team in the game of Madden. That's wild. I usually don't get too worked up over Madden rankings and shit, but dude.
Well, I haven't
Like,
played Madden in a few years, so that it's going to extend another year here with that kind of bullshit.
yeah, dude. I haven't played Madden in a good long time, but Sam, my son, does, and yeah, no, I can't believe it, man. That's wild. I don't think I've ever seen a Super Bowl champion be the 10th rated team the next year. I don't think it's ever happened. I'd be willing to bet money it hasn't happened unless they lost their quarterback.
Well, that's why we're coming to kick some ass this year, baby.
Yeah, hell, you goddamn yeah. And yeah,
Dark
D Law.
side defense. Let's go.
Yeah, D Law looks hungry. I'm glad he's coming back. He's
Mhm.
explained the whole reasoning, why he wants to come do it the hard way and defend the title. They got to the mountaintop,
Mhm.
and the hard thing to do is defending that title. And I agree.
Mhm.
And I like the attitude of going through it the hard way. That's how we did it in last year to win the Super Bowl. We had to go through the Niners and the Rams to do it. And that's what our
Yeah.
team wanted. And I love that
Yeah.
attitude.
Yeah. No bitching, no complaining, man. Just get out there, look in the mirror, get better, man. Hell yeah. Sam, anything you got for the people?
I think I'm good, man. Yeah, we're good.
Well, shout out to our super producer, Indy. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services. Thank you so much to the live chat. It's a boy, Ty. That's my homie,
Tan
Sam.
tie.
Yeah, that happens during the summer. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast.
Deuces.